Cheer up, it could be better, couldn't it? Could be any worse? What's wrong?
Look at my bike.
There's no front, there's no middle, and there's no back. And now he's got to ride it like that.
And these wires look like a snake's wedding.
They do, because we've got to clear them up, haven't we? We ought to tell people why.
Yeah, because I've got a real issue trying to remember where it all goes back together. Anyway, we did a video about the BMW lights. The ones that Toby's got on this thing that are on and horrendous things.
Yeah, multifunction really, lights that should never be multifunction.
Yeah, BMW dropped the ball there, I think.
Yeah.
So, a few people mentioned these things called Weiser lights, Weiser Technik lights, which are upgrades to your indicators, and they're running lights and indicators, and really, really smart. So we got in touch with, or Toby did, I can't take any credit at all, with the guys from Weiser, who are based in the UK. They're a UK-American company. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And
really lovely guys, actually. Lovely to speak to.
Really, really nice, because they sent us a set down and said, yeah, they're easy to fit.
Yeah.
And they are. We fit them.
Yeah.
Just not quite sure how it all goes back together.
And the instructions are really good, but even Weiser Technik said there is a YouTube channel called The Way It Is that explains
Just the way it is?
Yeah, something like that.
We'll put a link to it anyway.
It's about an hour long, and it shows you how to take the bike apart and how to connect it, but it's really simple.
To be honest, it does it on a GS, and this is a GSA, so we've had to sort of cobble little bits and pieces with how it all came apart. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all a bit in bits now. We've got loads of screws, loads of body panels. All we have to do is put it back together. But my God, these lights work.
Yeah. So once we've got it back together again, shall we show them what the lights are actually like?
In about 15 weeks, yeah.
In about 15 weeks. Should we give them a sneak preview of what they look like without using them?
No.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Look at this, look. Look how big they are. Oh, so he does turn it on. Look at that. But we'll show you the back ones and how they work when we've got it all back together again.
This is a smiley face. Yeah, it's, I'm trying really hard.
It's gurning,
anyway, look at the bike.
It's back in one piece.
It is, well, it is. Unfortunately, when I put it back together and you drove off yesterday,
yeah,
I found one screw left in my pocket. So I've thrown that away. I don't need it, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I found where it is. Anyway, look, we're talking about the Weiser?
I think it's Weiser,
Extreme EVO LED range of lights, which we've fitted to our bike yesterday. It's an easy job. Only took us 15 weeks.
No, but to be fair, it took us, what, 3 or 4 hours because we had to take the bike apart.
And we'd never done that before.
But the instructions were really good, weren't they?
Excellent instructions. In fact, that is the diagram that they give you. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even I could understand that.
We did watch a couple of videos, didn't we?
Yeah, and we'll put a link to the guy who does an awesome video on it.
Is it Just the Way It Is?
Something like
or
that.
The Way It Is?
It's just something.
I think he's an English guy living in Germany. Talks about loads and loads of bikes, doesn't he?
So he's done an installation video that's about an hour long, and it's fantastic. But it's on a GS, it's not on a GSA. So some of the things taking the panels off are a little bit different. But we did it.
Yeah.
So look at the lights.
Look at them.
Look at them. Look at them. These are really nice.
Well, and they're a lot bigger
Yep.
than the originals. So if I pan round to my bike, they're the originals that Mark had. And then if we pan back over here, they're a lot bigger, aren't they?
And they're ever so bright.
And they're really easy to fit, aren't they? Because it's really quite strange. You get the outer shell, this then screws out, and then you get the motherboard or the circuit board in there with all the pins, and then you put those on and push it all together and screw it together, don't you? And then wire it.
To be honest, I mean, they're easy to fit, easy to do. They're easy to do, but I can't understand why they didn't provide them with the wires already clipped in and these already done.
Yeah, but
the reason you have to do that is on the rear light. You've got an option on how the actual rear light, the brake light, works.
Yeah,
and it's just a case of doing that. But you know, you could sort of do that, threading all the wires through.
It's an in-depth installation, isn't it?
Very
If you're
much.
unsure about tapping into wires and stuff, then you perhaps get somebody else to do it. But you know, I suppose what they could do is they could put the proprietary plugs on, so you can unplug, say the brake light, because you've got to get that feed when it goes live for the brake to go. They could have done a plug for there that fits into the original plug that then goes into the light, almost like an extra loom.
Possibly, but
you know, that's going to add lots and lots of money, isn't it?
yeah, of course it is. And I don't know how much they were anyway.
They're about £450, I think, for the set.
Right. Thanks, Weiser. Thanks for giving us them, because they are awesome. But all the actual plugs, the light, all the actual light connections themselves are just plug and play ones straight to the OEM plugs anyway on the bike, so that's fine. The only bit you had to sort of faff around with was the connecting the power lines across the bike on front and rear, and then finding a power light on the rear. So it was easy.
It was.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Really? We just took a long time.
We're still friends.
Well, we are, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them on, and then you'll be able to see them. Shall I?
Yeah, do it. Now, they will probably flash on the camera, but they're not flashing in real life. They are solid, but see how bright they are. And they say about this triangle, you've got the headlight and then the two spotlights down the bottom, but it really adds something special, doesn't it, having those extra two lights by the side of the headlight?
I think it does.
And they're getting away from those awful running lights, like I've still got on mine, that are orange.
Yeah, you can have... There's a couple of options, but these are on all the time running, and if I just put the indicator on so you can see what it's like. So the actual white light switches off while you're indicating.
Yeah, which is really good.
Which is pretty cool.
And they're really, really bright. And you're gonna go and ride about in a bit, aren't you?
I am going to ride about a bit.
And then we'll be able to show you. But let's go around the back, because the back lights are equally as special.
They are, because it utilises the rear running light, which is the brake light anyway, the main brake light, and then these are obviously the bits we've added on. And it's inside these that there is a little connector you can change, so you can either have, I'll have to check now because I've got it on here, on their paperwork, you can either have the running light except when indicating, so the running lights go off, or the default setting is the running light on whilst indicating.
So these are the running lights, so you've now got, like the multifunction things from BMW, but obviously these are done right. You've got the running light on the back, in the middle, and these then act as running lights. And then when you brake, what does that look like?
You may have to go further back for that.
Christmas tree, so you get all three. And then what if you indicate?
If I indicate,
just with running lights, this is. So you can see that that goes red. Well, the indicator goes from indicator to red, which is really noticeable from back here.
And so the other option is, I believe, that when it's indicating like that, there is no red light underneath it.
So it does like the front one, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
what about under heavy braking or under braking? What's
under
it like?
heavy braking?
Now look at that. Now look at the difference between the multifunction lights and these ones, because this flashes orange, but I've noticed inside you LEDs for the running light is like a smaller triangle, but it fills it with all of the LED diode type things for the indicator, and it's quite clear that one's on and off, on and off. Really good.
I like them, they're really nice. So what we're going to do now is do a fly past
and see
what they look like from a distance,
and
how they look like, you know, if you're a car driver approaching a rider or following them.
Yeah. See how bright those lights are. You can still see them and indicate. It's quite clear that you can indicate. I'll zoom in a little bit more. That's as far as I can zoom in. And braking. Really, really nice lights. And indicating left. So he's going to turn around and hopefully we'll get a clear road, because it's Easter Sunday. So any second, there he is. So see how bright those lights are already. So there's not an, and he's indicating, look, indicating. And now he's back on, indicating the other side as well. Really, really bright. Really, really nice brake lights. See his lights there? Look at that. Now he's indicating, you clearly see that, so I'm going to swizz round because I want to see him indicating from the rear. Look how pronounced those are. Really, really lovely lights. So after fitting these amazing lights, hopefully you'll be able to see how bright they are when people are following. So here I am following on my bike, and Mark's got the Weiser Technik lights fitted. They're the running lights that you can see. So any second now he's going to indicate, and there's a clear indication. It's so bright, that orange light for that indicator. And at different angles, hoping that you'll be able to see, going around this roundabout at different angles, and there's the running lights, but they're so bright, those running lights. Now why couldn't BMW have put those lights on? So now he's indicating, I mean, see how bright those indicators are. There's no mistaking that he is indicating and now braking. And at different angles, it doesn't seem to lose any of its brightness. So no matter where you're going or where you're seeing it from the side or from slightly on the side, those are really bright.
So I'm hoping that little ride demonstrated how good these lights are by Weiser Technik.
And take it as read from somebody that was following you.
That'd be it.
Even round the roundabout, even at the different angles, they were really bright, and there was no mistaking that you're either braking or indicating. Really good.
Good. I'm feeling very formal like this. So, Weiser Technik lights, love them to bits. Glad they're on my bike and nobody else's. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe because that's all important, and we'll put a link to the guy just the way it is, I think it's called, the guy that does an awesome installation series.
Thanks for making our life a lot easier throughout those 4 hours that we were taking the bike apart and putting it together.
4 hours we can't get back.